Chief, well, I guess your overall reflections, you've got the 3 points. How do you reflect on the 90-odd minutes out there?
Happy that we got the 3 points. I was disappointed the way we played for a large part of that game, especially with the ball. I thought first half was okay, went to plan. Our intention was to sit a little bit lower, let them come a little bit forward because we felt like they were a little bit vulnerable in the transition. We scored straight away off their mistake, and there was a lot of space, so I was happy in that regard. And then second half, we changed a little bit with the pressing because I didn't want to get stuck in our half. Worked for about 15 minutes, and then just went a little bit off plan. I had to make some subs and so on, so I went a little bit off script, and then we got pinned and they scored, and then we just stopped playing with the ball when we had opportunity to actually hurt them and punish them, and we didn't capitalise on that. But again, happy that we had 3 points.
What was it that went off script?
What went off script? Well, I think if you look in the second half, we try to defend in a diamond, releasing the 2 outside sixes to put pressure on the wide areas. Maybe I have to look back, probably legs of the players, probably couldn't just do that work for the whole half. And then I was also just trying to make sure that certain other players who had some injuries, trying to cater for them as well. So I changed to a 5 to make it easier. And then we just got pinned. I think we were a little bit narrow as well in the 5. So, it's a good experience, and we're better for it.
Alex Rufus said in the post-match interview we did that he said about 2 or 3 times. So it was about getting the 3 points today. Was that really what was at the heart of everything you did tactically today?
No, not really. I always plan tactically to, extract maximum value in terms of spaces, chances that we created. Disappointing part of today was they were there for more opportunities, or there for the taking for more opportunities to be given. I think we just didn't capitalise. That was a frustrating part. And I think, look, you lose 3 on the trot, like most things, confidence is down, morale can be, a little bit down. So it was about getting the 3 points. But again, the good thing about this group is when they're not playing well in terms of overall the whole 90 minutes and so on, they feel it irrespective of the result. So it really is about performance. So that's a good thing, not a bad thing. Very nice, very nice. It was he took it well. I thought Ryan Scott was around maybe the circle, and the thing is, he could have brought the ball forward. But I think the fact that he looked up and only had 1 player around him, it's good. It's very what's the word, ballsy to try that as well.
Because it seems like he's scoring most chances he's getting this season. Do you feel like he's in better goal scoring form than last season? And how do you go about creating more chances for him? Because it seems like he may only get 1 or 2 again.
I don't think it's 1 or 2 a game. I think it's a lot more than that. I think big chances, he's probably not on the end of it. That probably comes down to maybe a result of the way we're building up this season. Probably not as effective as last year. Cost is effective. Again, for us, we look at, more quality of chance than, frequency. If you look at Newcastle today, I think they had 20 shots. I think maybe 2 or 3 of them were big chances. Joshy made some big saves today. So, I would say if Costa was in the same environment, again, it all comes down to quality. So for us, it's about putting him in those good positions, and we just keep working hard and making sure that he, can get there.
Well, cool to start. Luke in his second appearance at 16, but you took him off at half time. What was really handing him the start, and then just the way the game was flowing, just not sort of suiting him?
Yeah, I just felt, he's 16, 45 minutes is full on when you start. It's different to when you come on. When you come on, game's a little bit more open. You have a lot more space. I don't want to say less pressure, but when you start, it's a different dynamic. It's more about structure and dealing with tactics and so on. And again, he had some good moments where he could have, I think, capitalised on the fact that he was 1v1 with Kankar quite a number of times. And sometimes, I don't want to gas him mentally as well. I think that's a large part, expectation as well. So he was disappointed when he came off, which is fair enough, which is a good sign. But he'll build on that 45 minutes hopefully, and then have more time somewhere in the season.
The other selection was obviously a centre back, bringing Matt Sheridan and Violet Hughes. What was sort of the reason for that? And obviously you mentioned a few mistakes in the games that you wanted to persist with them. Why decide to sort of remove them from the team this time?
Look, a common trend I have with all the young players, whether they're going well or not, there's a level of protection as well that I like to put them under. Sometimes, when you're going too well as well, expectations high, and then you have a bad performance. It's how they deal with that. Again, on the flip side, Hughes was very good for us in pre-season, the first couple of games. But sometimes, football has a certain weird way with momentum. Like if you score an own goal, and then the next week, give a handball away, and then, you slip over. Not that they were, done because of lack of want or trying. It was just more circumstance. So for me, my responsibility, my duty of care is to make sure that these players can go through these phases and periods, and make sure that I don't overexpose them. So that was the reasoning today. Again, I spoke to him about it. It's very clear. Same conversation I'm having now with you. He took it on board, and he has a burning desire that this is what he wants for the rest of his life, and so he needs it as an experience, and he needs to grow and be better for it.
How do you think Matt Sheridan went on the back four?
I thought he did very well today. Maybe for lack of size, he's got a big heart, and he does a lot of good things off the ball. He reads the game quite well. He's a very good 1v1 defender, I thought today didn't look nervous at all. Looked very composed. How old is Shez? I think he's 19, 20. Like he's playing like he's been in the A-League for a while. So, for me, I'm very proud of those performances. So, all the young boys, they're all learning as well. It's no different to the other ones. So, but I'm very happy with his performance.
You said, Christy, yesterday was to the effect of taking learnings or lessons from adversity. How do you assess this group's appetite to learn from adversity?
I would say that it's in its infancy. I think that it still needs to experience, the group in total with the new players more than anything, that they need to go through the ups and downs of a season and grow as a group. There's a chunk of players here now that have been signed for a 2-year period and beyond, even the young guys. So I think it's important, like games like this, the stretch that we had 3 games. I think suffering is a huge part of an evolution of a team. I think anyone that goes into a season thinking that it's going to be linear and you're going to win every game and you're going to be successful is really very naive. Last year, our success was built on the fact that a lot of those boys were here already for long periods. There were boys like Vince Sermon, who was in the environment for 3 years, Oldie 4 years, AP was here for 3 years, BK was here for a couple of years, and then you had the existing players like Roofs, Paney. They all had a nice common thread that ran through the team. The performance last year, I was very happy to be part of, privileged to be part of that. But this group is no different. We need to build our own history. We need to suffer a little bit. Anyone who knows anything about football, good things happen to teams that suffer and appreciate their wins and appreciate, the down times. And we're no different. So, we could go and win 10 games in a row now, or we could go and lose 10 games in a row, But either way, the team will mature for it.
If you were voting for goal of the week, is it Costa or Paulo?
I'm actually very happy for Paulo Retre. I think he needed it. I think, he works hard with all the new players in the team. They're taking time to settle, and and he took it really well, I thought. But I think Costa will slightly nudge him.
And how's Tim Payne? Obviously, he was ruled out yesterday.
Yeah. For me, that was probably the highlight of the day. Yesterday, I could show you photos. We suspected a fracture. Knock on wood, nothing eventuated today. So I had planned without him for today. And then, we got a fitness test in the morning, said that he was okay. And that physio gave me the thumbs up, which was great. And knowing Paney, when he says he wants to play, it was, I know he can play. And he played 90, which is great. If you see the injury that he received, like that led to his foot injury, it was a pretty bad injury. So for me, that's a good sign of leadership from a senior player. When things are hard, he still wanted to play and contribute.
What happened to him?
So he went up for a challenge with a player. The player ran by accident his studs down the back of his leg, beat him up pretty bad. And then when he landed on the corner of his foot, so that blew up. So we suspected it might have been a fracture. So, but yeah, he just got through it.
Because the way we're talking, you said we were thinking it was going to be more than just 1 week if he was out, that was going to be a meeting.
Yeah, I actually thought it was going to be 6 weeks, to be fair. I'm always the pessimist, so 6 to 8 weeks. But yeah, no, I was really happy. The one thing that I was kind of contemplating today was playing him and the risk if there was longer term damage. That was the one thing. But I was pretty buoyed by the fact that my physio gave me the assurance that he would be all right. So yeah.
How keen are you in this Melbourne? Who would every time you play one of the Melbourne teams?
I know.
The record at Amy Park. There's 22 games now against Melbourne City there.
Records are there to be broken. The Undertaker lost eventually, So maybe we'll be Brock Lesnar this week. We'll see.